All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, looking forward to this one.
So, as always, we got some pretty interesting stuff to dig into today. I mean, 757 UAP reports, is that what it was?
Yeah, 757.
Just over the year. I mean, that's a lot.
It's a huge number.
I mean, so we're talking about unidentified aerial phenomena. You know, those sightings that kind of make you wonder, really alone in the universe? Is there something else out there?
Yeah.
So today's deep dive is going to take us right to the heart of this Pentagon report and all the hype and buzz surrounding it.
And I think what's really fascinating about this is like the context of all of this stuff. This surge in UAP reports, and it's all happening against this backdrop of what a lot of people are calling, drone paranoia.
Drone paranoia, that's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, people are on edge, right? They're looking to the skies with this mix of curiosity and concern, like what is going on.
It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we, jump to conclusions about green men visiting us, what are the actual experts saying about these reports?
Well, they're calling them anomalies, which I think is interesting.
Anomalies, huh?
Yeah, it's like they're acknowledging that something unusual is happening, but they're not, jumping to conclusions about extraterrestrial origins.
So they're not ruling it out, but they're not saying it's aliens either.
Exactly.
Okay. And meanwhile, we've got this wave of drone sightings freaking people out. I mean, is there any connection here at all?
That's a good question. The White House and the House Intelligence Committee, they both weighed in on this. They both did their investigations. And basically what they're pointing to is something a bit more down to earth, I guess you could say. Most of these sightings are probably legally operated private and commercial drones.
Drones, seriously?
Yeah.
With all the technology that's out there, that just seems almost too simple.
I know, it kind of does, right? It's not as exciting as alien visitors, right?
Right.
But think about it for a second. There's over 1 million registered drones in the U.S. And who knows how many unregistered ones are out there. So just the sheer volume of them makes it statistically probable that a lot of these UAP sightings are really just, misidentified drones.
Okay, so that explains some sightings, but what about the ones that aren't drones?
Right.
And why is there such a gap between the official explanation, like it's just drones, and the public perception that there's something more mysterious going on?
I think that's where the information age really comes into play.
Okay.
Information and misinformation spreads so fast these days.
Yeah, it does.
The lack of concrete answers when it comes to UAPs, it creates this vacuum. And people want answers, and so that vacuum gets filled with speculation and anxiety.
It's like our brains are just wired to look for patterns and explanations, and when we don't have them, our imaginations just go wild.
Exactly.
Especially when you have like the Pentagon come out and saying things like no evidence of man involvement.
Right, and that phrase "no evidence" is very deliberate. They're not confirming anything, but they're not ruling anything out either.
So we've got this perfect storm, brewing a surge in UAP reports, official investigations pointing toward drones as the main culprit. But still, there's this healthy dose of mystery anyway.
Absolutely, and I think what I find the most intriguing about all this is, if we accept that most of these sightings are probably explainable, what about the ones that remain unexplained? What does that say about how we perceive the unknown? What does it say about our need to find answers even when those answers seem impossible to get?
Yeah, are we seeing what we want to see?
Right.
Or is there truly something out there beyond anything we understand?
It's the big question, isn't it?
It is the big question. Maybe the answer lies somewhere in between.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, that's another deep dive in the books. Until next time.